Hi. So if you've been trying to scroll and gain information from spiritual TikTok and you come across these creators that say these certain words and you just don't really understand what they mean, this video is for you. In this video, I will be explaining the vocabulary of about 7 things that a lot of people on spiritual TikTok and a lot of spiritual people talk about that newcomers probably do not know. The first word is ascended masters. What are ascended masters? They are spiritually enlightened beings who, in past incarnations, were originally ordinary humans. But they have undergone a series of spiritual transformations called initiations. They are divine human beings that have been through the sixth initiation, which is ascension. Therefore, they can dwell in the 6th dimension. First of all, that is so cool. That is so epic. Sorry. I'm really passionate about these things, okay? To summarize that definition, ascended masters are humans who have underwent various spiritual transformations. And when you undergo at least one spiritual transformation, your life is changed. Your mindset, your perspective, your way of life, your philosophy, everything changes. And you gain certain abilities, like psychic abilities, you gain intuitiveness, you gain foresight, you open your chakras. And if you don't know what chakras are or want to learn more of that information, I have a video of chakras. And they just turn into these almost godlike people. But they're not gods because they're humans. They're just humans that are incredibly wise and have really embraced the true human power, which average humans have all forgotten. But anyways. And examples of ascended masters would be Jesus, and Buddha. Sorry, I love Buddha. The religion that kind of discovered the concept of ascended masters, they have something very similar to ascended masters, but they differ a bit, and they're called Mahatmas. One of their Mahatmas is Kutsumi. So, just some cool extra information. The next word is ancestral healing. Now, I think a lot of people know what an ancestor is, and in case you don't, an ancestor is like your great-great-great-great-great-grandmother. Like, people from your bloodline from the past. With ancestral healing, it's the process of healing and releasing inherited wounds or traumas from your ancestors. Because traumas and wounds can be inherited. If you have a certain trauma you want to let go of, and you kind of analyze it a bit, which is another word we'll say in a bit, and you try and analyze and figure out where it comes from, and you're like, I don't know where it comes from. I don't know. It might be from your ancestors. A trauma goes from one generation to the next until you. The next word is past life. Oh my god, these things are so cool. A lot of people do tarot readings on past lives, and a lot of people just get realizations of their past lives, or they have dreams, like literally anything. And past lives is what the word is. It's a life that you lived in the past. Just like this life. This is the life that I'm living right now, but before, I lived many other lives. The general definition of it is a previously lived life in a different body, and it comes from the theories of reincarnation. For an example, it can be, in my past life, I was a queen in Egypt. Or in a past life, I was Buddha. The next word is shadow work. Shadow work, I'm just gonna say, I know a lot of information about shadow work. I have videos on it on my TikTok and YouTube. And it's just really something that is just so interesting and cool to me. And I believe that everyone should try and do it. So what is shadow work? Shadow work is healing and releasing parts of yourself you repress and hide from, such as traumas and parts of yourself that you subconsciously believe undesirable. It's a deep process of emotional healing, and I have a guided meditation on my YouTube. What your shadow is like was mentioned, the undesirable, repressed sides of yourself. Like the sides of yourself that you're too scared to see or even be aware of. So all of your traumas that you faced, like, I don't want to name any, but if you just get certain triggers too, like if someone says a specific word and you immediately imagine a bad time in your life, it's a sign that you should do shadow work on that. Shadow work is just releasing the trauma and the pain that you repressed and didn't want to feel. Metaphor is like you have a huge backpack of all the emotions and trauma that you never felt and that you don't want to feel and that you repress. And that backpack gets pretty heavy. And the heavier it gets, the harder life gets and the more meh things manifest in life. So if you feel the emotion and cry and get angry and release it, your backpack will get lighter and lighter. It's something that I'm really passionate about, and if you have any questions on it, I'd be really happy to answer them. Next word is actually really popular on TikTok, is the dark feminine energy. A lot of women, they break up with their ex and they're like, this is my dark feminine era. And you know what? I'm here for it. So the general definition of it is a cycle of transformation women go through for confidence, healing, and to get through this harsh world. It is a mysterious, beautiful energy. So if you really want to gain more confidence in yourself and just feel this confident, alone, dark energy, and you want to embrace the darkness and the negativity, I would suggest practicing tuning into your dark feminine energy, because we all have it. The next word is divine feminine. This one, I guess, can be a little bit similar to dark feminine energy, but the divine feminine is the feminine aspect of the divine power. For example, in the yin and yang, together is the divine power, and there's a male and female counterpart, and the female is the yang, or yin. Other examples of yin or divine feminine energy would be the moon, and in many religions or mythologies, there's goddesses, and for Greek, it would most likely be Aphrodite. And it's just the beautiful, powerful, strong, nurturing, soft goddess energy. And just some words that go with the yin or the divine feminine is creation, oneness, connection, growth, nurturing, healing, compassion, love. I'm gonna have to make a video of yin and yang because it's such, I'm gonna write that down. But to summarize the divine feminine, it is the energy of the divine, the feminine aspect of it. And it is super cool, and it's the yin. I'm gonna have to make a video on yin and yang. Okay. Last word for today's video is the inner child. A lot of people talk about the inner child because it is very important, and I can make a whole video on that too. So actually, I'm gonna write that down. The general definition of the inner child is a part of your subconscious that picked up messages and more that could not fully process. They didn't fully process them to know what was actually going on. The inner child holds emotions, memories, beliefs from the past, whether they are good or bad. And it is very childish, obviously, and holds the hopes and dreams for the future. I'll try and keep it short because the inner child is something I really like to talk about. But the inner child is basically in your subconscious. It's the child version of yourself. Sometimes you can have a bad relationship with the inner child, which is why inner child work is really important to do. And there's a lot of meditations out there that would help you with that, like on YouTube. Basically, the inner child is just an aspect of yourself in your subconscious or in your mind that represents the child version of yourself. It can come with a lot of issues and old beliefs that you might have to let go in life. It kind of goes with shadow work, because inner child work and shadow work, they go together well. I just wanted to say a little reminder before I end this video that all the subjects that I touched today differ from person to person, and almost in a sense that they're not exactly factual, because most of them cannot be proven, so it's kind of based on belief. So there's a general definition of them, but from me to you, we might not perceive, for example, the inner child the same. I encourage you to experience them for yourself, to learn more about yourself and about these subjects. I hope this video helped you. I really enjoyed making it. Let me know what other videos I should make in the future, and I hope this helped. Bye.